this bad boy. We are talking Microsoft E3 press conference review. So I've been very busy, working everything, doing overtime, the whole nine. Um, you know what I'm saying? Some of us, although it's E3 and we all love E3 and all that fun stuff, some of us actually have to, actually work still. I know some people taking off and that's some cool stuff, and that's great. But some of us still have to work, and do our everyday thing. You know what I mean? E3 don't stop it for us. Anyway, moving on. Let's go ahead and get into this bad boy. So, let's talk about this press conference. So, they opened up with the Xbox One reveal. The Xbox One X reveal. That's the official name, the Xbox One X, not S, X. And, the system looks good. It has a black matte finish. It almost kind of like a PS4 or a PS3, like slim PS3 in a way almost. It has good design. I like the design. It looks good. Okay. And they got backwards compatibility coming for the bad boy. Of course, we already all knew. All your accessories and everything that you have with the 360. Oh, sorry, my God, the Xbox One, the first generation, and the S will still work with the One X, which we already expected. I mean, if you want another backlash this year, go ahead and say, yeah, you have to buy all new accessories, all new parts. Yeah, go ahead and say that bullshit and see what happens. Anyway, so it's going to have liquid cooling, which is usually found in high-end PCs, mid to high-end PCs. Great, small, very smart. It's also going to be the smallest Xbox One ever. So it's a very slim Xbox One, although it's the most powerful. That's good. If it works out, no overheating, no issues, that's a great accomplishment. Great. They also announced, as we talk about just the console, we're going to put it in order like this, because although it's a different part of the show, so just stick with me. They also announced Xbox One backwards compatibility with the original Xbox, OG Xbox. And people actually had the nerve to lose their mind and hype this stuff up, and this is the only pop of the night. I'm just like, you mean to tell me y'all were talking about y'all seats for the original Xbox being backwards compatible? I'm sorry, bruh. Who cares about the original Xbox games? I'm just being real. I'm sorry. If you like backwards compatibility, like the option, that's great. I'm not knocking it. It's cool. 360, great system, great games. Xbox One has some good games here and there, but come on. People losing their mind over the original Xbox backwards compatibility. Y'all need to cut. They must have some serious plants in the conference in the front or something, because that was ridiculous. I'm sorry. I bet most people off the top of their head couldn't name me 5 or 10 Xbox One original games that they love so much. I bet you they can name you. Name me 5 Xbox One, or the original Xbox, no confusion, the original Xbox. Name me 5 original Xbox games that were some of the greatest games of all time that you just got to have, that you just missed so much. Because if you miss them that much, you want to have them that much, you will still be having the original Xbox in your house playing them, here and there, once a year, or whatever the case may be. So I'm sorry. Jade Empire was a great game. That's a game BioWare should remake or make a sequel to. That would be pretty cool. Crimson Skies was a good game, but I dare you guys to name me 8 more. Anybody who's watching this, you probably don't have that 8. You probably don't have the 8. But anyway, moving on. Forza 7 Motorsport game looks great. They also debuted the 2018 Porsche 911 GTR RS Jesus Christ GT2 RS debut. I don't really, I ain't fancy about the cars and all that kind of stuff, man. You have to forgive me. I don't, really follow cars and, all that kind of stuff. Hey, whatever gets to point A, point B, it looks nice, great. I'm not, really into cars or whatever like that. 4K 60 Scorpio or X. Scorpio apparently is the chip, the graphics chip that they're using. So 1X, I used to saying that name, 1X. I assume the best Forza Motorsport ever. It should be. It is the newest game. It is on the X, so it should be. Metro Exodus, that's coming out 2018. Forza should be out this year, I believe. Fall of this year, I think. I don't remember saying the release date. I'll have to double check on that one. Metro Exodus looks really good. That looks like a great game. They showed a bunch of Assassin's Creed Origin gameplay trailer. Or somebody actually played through, they'll walk through a little gameplay. It looks pretty cool for Assassin's Creed. I'm not really big on Assassin's Creed like that. You know what I mean? So I don't really. I mean, the games are cool and they always have great concepts, but it feels like too much of the same for my book personally. You know what I mean? That's just me. Eventually, you get to doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know, and you can make the argument that's any game, but something about Assassin's Creed repetition and just Ubisoft games in general. Something about those games, the repetition always smacks you in the face and don't feel new anymore. For some reason, Ubisoft games just don't have that longevity factor. I don't know what it is to them. They just don't have that longevity factor. At least not to me anyway. Some people will disagree, but that's just me. Moving on, they announced Player Unknown Battlegrounds. That's a great concept and it looks pretty cool. 100 person battle world on an open world map. That looks really cool. Can't sit here and lie and say it doesn't. Deep Rock Galactic, some little indie game. I don't really care. You know, just going to glance over that. State of Decay 2, that looks pretty cool also. Never played the first State of Decay, heard a lot about it and stuff. But the fact that you actually have to survive on some Walking Dead type shit and live in this world and things like this, you know, with this affected and everything, I'm not sure what the objective of the game is. You know, if it's to live for a certain amount of time or whatever. But it looks pretty cool. The concept is great. They had different types of zombies and stuff too, different abilities and stuff, you know, different enemy variations you have to face. Pretty freaking awesome. The Darwin Project. Again, another indie game or whatever. You know, I don't. It didn't intrigue me, and I don't really care. Minecraft Unified across devices fall this year. Don't really care about Minecraft. It's going to be 4K. The games are like garbage. Of course, it should be 4K. Don't really care about Minecraft. I'm sorry. Not knocking Minecraft. The people who play the game, more power to you. Don't care about Minecraft personally, but I can appreciate, you know, the building, the world, and you know, imagination that goes behind it. So more power to you. Now, here's what part of the conference where I lost my shit. Okay. Now, Phil said his recent trip to Japan. You know, he managed to acquire a couple games, this and that, and he opens up as soon as he gets off stage a trailer of the new Dragon Ball Fighter Z shows. And not only this game looked like the best anime game ever, this game looked amazing. Just on a fighting game standpoint, it looked amazing. And this marks the first time the legendary Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball, you know, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball GT Super, Dragon Ball in general, was ever on the big stage in one of the main conferences, you know. And it wasn't something they glanced over in some 20-minute, you know, compilation videos. It got its own trailer with its own spotlight time. And I was very happy as a fan to see that, especially if a game looked this good. So that was great. You know, that for me was like, Microsoft, you on a whole nother level for me. That looked amazing. And that's not exclusive to the Xbox One. A lot of people thought it was exclusive because, you know, it was on the Xbox show, this and that. I'll tell you right now, if that was exclusive, you better be getting that X1 because that game, but it's not exclusive. Black Desert Online, that game looks great. That was formerly only a PC game. That game looks great, looks really cool. Action style MMO RPG, that looks really cool. I'm looking forward to actually checking that game out, see what it's like. The Last Night, this has some like neon light type of graphics, unique gameplay. It looks like a cool little indie game. I can get behind that. It definitely intrigued me. Code Vein, a Japanese style futuristic vampire game of some sort. Looked pretty good, but that's Bandai Namco, I believe. Jesus, my name's right today. Jesus. Sea of Thieves, early 2018. That game, don't really care about. It's a great concept, but it just looks corny. I don't know. I'm not behind it personally, but the people who are interested in the game, more power to you. Tacoma, another indie game that didn't look interesting to me. Super Lucky's Tale. Doesn't like a game I'll play. Just being honest with you. No, don't really care about that one. You know what I mean? Crackdown 3. That's coming out, I believe, November 7th. Same day as that 1X is coming out. It's going to be launched with the 1X. I don't expect it to shell shaded. I feel like they should have had some high-end graphics to make the, you know, really sell. You know what I mean? Really sell the you know, the Scorpios or the 1X's power, but that didn't seem to be the case. They came out some, and that's the thing. Let me say this too: the 1X seems like a very powerful console and everything, and it's sweet. And obviously, you know, the capabilities just by the specs they displayed were, you know, you know what I mean, were pretty impressive, you know, for a console anyway. But these games that are 4K 60 are like really, you know, cell shaded and really not really graphically demanding. And if that's how you don't get to 4K 60 with these games, then you got to make the question that, you know, is it worth it? So to me, I mean, the rest of the game's amazing. I don't think so. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But so they went over a little list of games, like this ID Xbox games that are coming out. Let's go through those real quick. We got Conan Exiles. Could be good. Could be interesting. We don't know yet. Has potential to be. We got Hello Neighbor. Don't care. Looked whack. The Oblets looked whack. Don't care. Action. Didn't care about that one to me. Although it looked kind of interesting a little bit. But I ain't, you know, no. Life is Strange, Before the Storm. This is before the original Life is Strange. It's like some prequel game. I probably wouldn't play that. I mean, not worried about that game. Middle Earth, Shadow of War. That looked pretty cool. That looked good. Those graphics are good. Gameplay looked good and everything. That's coming out fall, October this year. So that was cool. That was the best looking game as far as, you know, the 4K 60 that we've seen, other than Forza. So that looked good. You know what I'm saying? Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That looks like a great indie game. The first Ori looked really good. That was a really good indie game. I definitely will play that game. And the musical score is amazing. That musical score, man, make you tear up or something, man. Musical score, they are really good with the music. It sells the game. They're really, really good. Now, the best thing they showed at the Microsoft conference was the early, like, you know, trailer. No, not trailer. That was EA, but the gameplay of Anthem. Anthem looked amazing. Anthem looked amazing. That gameplay on Anthem looked amazing. Like, yo, I can't wait to get my hands on that game. I hope that game delivers the hype. Graphically looks good. You know, the ability stuff being a fly, going to water, you know, the gunplay, all that look good. I'm just hoping they, you know, I'm hoping we don't get finessed, you know. If it looks as good, if it plays as well as it looks, we should be okay. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that was basically all they showed at their conference. That's worth talking about and everything. Overall, the conference wasn't god awful. Some people think it was terrible. I think it was terrible. I think the conference was okay. You know, they showed some pretty good games here and there. The main problem with Microsoft and what's hurting them is none of the games are quote unquote true exclusives, because you can get them on Windows 10 PC. That's the problem. Imagine if a lot of those games they showed were only on Xbox One. Every version of the Xbox One, just Xbox One in general. That would have been a big hitter. That would have been so long. Like, if that was the case, their conference might have been rated maybe one of the best. You know. So, but you know, as for me getting the One X, I probably will, because to be honest with you, I was getting the Xbox anyway. I get every console every generation regardless. That's just me. And I don't feel like sitting in my PC desktop and stuff and playing my games. I want to just kind of chill out, you know, on my TV and play the games. If this is going to have, you know, 4K 60, you know, or upscale 4K or whatever the case may be for the same games, you know, Gears of War 4, Sunset Overdrive, you know, its first parties are being all patched, you know, for X, you know. So, you know, I want to play it. You know what I'm saying? I want to play it. So, I mean, if I don't get an Xbox anyway, why get the One S? I can just get the biggest and best, you know, Xbox available. And that's the way I look at it anyway. It'd be no different than if I was going to get a PS4 if I didn't have one already. You know, I would get the Pro instead of getting the regular PS4, although it's cheaper because it was the best one out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so I have to give Microsoft conference okay. It gets like a C. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's okay. It has some good games that caught my interest, okay? Whether true exclusive or not is another argument, but the games caught my interest. Some of the games caught my interest, okay? So, I'm about to give like a C, you know what I mean? Okay, it's a passable conference. You know, definitely could have been better. It definitely could have went harder in my opinion. But overall, the conference was okay, overall. You know, could have been a whole lot better. Could have did a whole lot worse. All right, so that's all I have to say about the Microsoft conference. I got a slew of videos coming out. I got to cover Sony's and Nintendo's, so you're gonna be seeing me all day today. I covered Battle Z, good God. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, got videos for that. So yeah, coming right back, we're gonna talk about Sony and Nintendo, and I'm gonna tell you who I think won E3 this year. So that's it for this video. We're looking out for my Nintendo and my Sony one coming up pretty soon. I'll probably actually shoot the Sony one right, the Sony one right after this, honestly. And then maybe Nintendo just go back to back to back. So yeah, that's it for Microsoft, man. Look forward for Sony, and then we're gonna do Nintendo.